tonight we'll practice this kindness practice. And we can begin this by this kind of, what the word is metta in Pali. And this is the language that was spoken at the time of the Buddha. And metta can mean care, friendliness. It can mean simply being connected. And so this quality of care and connection can be cultivated in a number of ways. And we can start right here by bringing a sense of care and connection to our own sense of sitting. So right here, sensing into your body sitting. Feeling your feet on the floor, your hips on the chair. This is a connection to yourself. And as we do it with softness, with an attitude of being with what's here with kindness, being with what's here with no judgment, that's bringing kindness in. And so sensing into the body, just in this way of caring and connecting. And then we can bring, set our intention for kindness. And tonight I'm going to lead a number of, or invite us to feel into some phrases which will simply incline our mind and heart towards kindness. And so we'll be wishing ourselves well, and wishing others well, and simply using phrases, and in fact using our imagination as well, to rest into kindness, to cultivate kindness and care in our system. So, not just to start, could I ask you, Andrea, to lead a chant, the kindness chant? Would that be all right? So we'll all stay muted and we can all sing in our own homes, chant in our own places, and Andrea will lead the chant. Thanks, Andrea.
Sure. The kindness chants, right?
This is the kindness chant, yes. So she's going to chant some phrases that then we'll use in our meditation later on.
May I?
Chant along. Sorry, feel free to chant along at home.
Okay. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be happy.
Thank you so much, Andrea. So we can let the chant just resonate in our body and settle into a sense of the body sitting, connecting with this physical sense of the body sitting, and knowing that that is a kindness, that is a care. And then we can sense, as we sense the whole body sitting, we can sense into places in the body that we might hold habitually kind of tight or constricted. We can sense into the belly. Very often I find I sit with the belly tight. And so just letting the belly kind of fall however it wants to fall. And we can invite the belly to soften. See if that, sometimes the belly will soften. And then we can hold the belly just as it is, in softness as well and care. And so there are different approaches or practices that we can bring to the places of tightness in our body. And we can know all of these practices as kindness practices, as friendliness practices. And sensing into the shoulders and seeing just what happens when you rest into the shoulders with this kind of caring attention. Sometimes just that will invite the shoulders to soften. And then we can invite them intentionally to soften. And then, thirdly, we can simply be with whatever's here with softness. And we can sense into the face and see what happens when we bring our kind attention, caring, connecting attention to the face. Sometimes the face muscles will soften or relax. And we can invite them intentionally to soften. And then we can hold with softness the muscles and the face just as they are. And then we can bring our attention to the heart area, the chest area. And we can bring our hand to the heart and just let it rest there for a moment. Feel the warmth of that hand, the warmth of the care there. Just letting ourselves rest in that. And then we can bring into our minds and our hearts the image of someone or some being or some place in nature that helps us to feel connected, feel some kind of connection with this being or with this place, or a sense of care or a sense of friendliness. So letting yourself find the image of someone. It could be someone that you know and that someone you appreciate. Could be someone that you don't know but appreciate the qualities of something that they do. I often think of the Dalai Lama and all his kindness and generosity in the world, and I can't help but smile and feel a little bit of gladness. Maybe your pets or the neighbor's pets, or it may be a place in nature where you just feel connected and soft. And so let yourself find this being or this place And just let yourself feel an appreciation for the qualities of this being or the qualities of this place, or what this being or this place does for you. Just how do you feel in nature? How do you feel when you connect with this being in your heart and mind, or this animal being or this person? Let yourself feel whatever appreciation might naturally rise from your heart towards them. Let yourself see them receiving your care. Even if it's in nature, you can just let the trees and the lake and the land receive your care. And you may want to simply abide in the feeling of care for this being. You might, by abiding, I mean just rest there without any words. Just let yourself kind of soak in this sense of care and friendliness. Or you may want to send a phrase to this being. I'll say some phrases and you might feel a resonance with one of them, or you may find your own phrase or just one word. May you be safe and protected. May you know happiness every day, even a small happiness every day. May your heart be uplifted by gladness. May you be balanced and steady. May you live with ease and kindness. May you be safe and protected. May happiness support your heart. May you be balanced and steady. And may you live with ease and with kindness. May you be safe and protected. Knowing that we can't always keep everyone safe and protected, the power of this practice is in the care in our heart. We're simply offering this wish, this care. In some ways, the words don't matter as much as they're simply ways of evoking this sense of care in our heart. And this care in our own heart supports our own heart, and also, of course, supports us in kindness with others. So, still holding this being in your imagination, may happiness uplift and support your heart. May you be steady and balanced. May you live with ease, and may you live with kindness. And the mind will move away from the phrases. That's completely normal. Just like it does, it moves away from the body when we're doing a body practice. And it'll come back all by itself, and then just return to the phrases. Bring your being back to your mind and return to the phrases or to just one word. I find sometimes if I do leave my hand on my heart, that it supports my intention to be with the phrases and be with the being. You can try that if that helps you. So, in your own way, for a little while, sending your phrases, your wishes, or just one word to this being. Just sensing, feeling the kind, the care in your own heart. And now sensing into your own body again with softness and gentleness. And let your friend or your being or nature stay with you. But sensing into your own body with softness and imagining now that this being or nature itself is offering you its support, their support. And this being, even if it's the Dalai Lama, knowing that if the Dalai Lama were here with me, he would see right into my own beautiful heart. And so your being can see your goodness, your beauty, your kind and sincere heart. And they wish you well. Just imagining yourself receiving their wishes. Letting the body be very soft as you do this. Sometimes it's more difficult to receive these wishes than it is to offer them. So letting your body be soft. The hand on the heart can be helpful here too. Or just a little squeeze wherever the hand is contacting the body, or it can even be just touching anything, you give it a little squeeze. And we can also bring in other beings that you know care for you. Any beings that you feel care for you, other pets or your neighbors, friends, family, ancestors. And this group itself, you could just feel the whole group around you, each person here wishing everyone else well. And just receiving from your being or from this group or from beings that you have around you their sincere wish for your well-being. May you be safe and protected. May your heart be supported by happiness. May you be balanced and steady. And may you live with ease. And may you live with kindness. May you be safe and protected. May you be supported by happiness. May you be steady and balanced. May you live with ease and with peace. May you be safe and protected. May you be supported by happiness. Just receiving this right into your own heart. May you be steady and balanced. May you live with ease and with kindness. And now sensing to the whole group, letting your awareness include the whole group. These kind hearts with us on the path. And letting our care and appreciation extend once more to them. May you be safe and protected. May happiness support you. May you be balanced and steady. May you live with ease and with kindness. Just feeling the settledness in your own body as you offer this wish. May you be safe and protected. May we all be safe and protected. May happiness support each one of our hearts. May we be balanced and steady. May we live with ease and with kindness. May we be safe and protected. May happiness support our hearts. May we be balanced and steady. May we live with ease and with peace. And just resting with ease again now in your own body. Ease and softness. Instead of ringing the bell, I'm going to just invite us to rest in this sense of softness in the body. As we come together, we open our eyes and let the whole community in, and we'll keep on offering to the community here that we can see. And so as in the next breath or two, opening your eyes, but continuing to feel appreciation for the community and all beings here. And we'll send our phrases while our eyes are open to everybody. Just letting yourself drink in each person here. If we can be on gallery view, Andrea. Yeah. And the folks on Facebook, just continuing to send to all beings. So just holding the whole community that you can see. May we all be safe and protected. So letting yourself offer this to these kind hearts. May we all be safe and protected. May we all be supported by happiness. May we all be balanced and steady. May we all live with ease and live with kindness. May each kind heart here be safe and protected. And sensing again just into the softness in your own body as you offer these wishes. May we be supported with happiness. May we be balanced and steady. May we live with ease and with kindness. And sending this wish to all beings everywhere, imagining us all, each one of us, a light, sending our collective care to all beings. May all beings everywhere be safe and protected. May all beings everywhere be supported by happiness. May all beings everywhere be steady and balanced. May all beings everywhere live with ease and live with kindness. Dear friends, I just feel such appreciation for being here with you today, to being together. And I've been really thinking about this capacity that we have for care, and really feeling into it and the other practices that we cultivate in the context of this time. This time that feels so vivid, a vivid time for practice. I'm filled with a sense of this vividness, a sense of heightened clarity or heightened maybe spiritual urgency about the practices that we cultivate and how they can support our mind and heart, and how as vivid this time of practice is. We have conditions right now, the Buddha would say, are very good conditions for deepening the practice. One is the sense of really the way the COVID-19 situation has brought our collective human life, the circumstances of impermanence so vividly in our mind. This heightens our sense of spiritual urgency. And then the other condition that we have right now for practice, which is supporting our practice, we can see it as supporting our practice, is that we are all, regardless of our circumstance, whether we're in healthcare work, really engaged in that very directly, in community work, or at home, supporting the safety of everyone by being at home. No matter what circumstance we're in some kind of renunciation. We're in some kind of simplification. We're not doing all the things we used to do. And in this, to some degree, this renunciation in some way heightens or can bring more into perspective some of the patterns of our heart and mind, and also what's in the importance or the importance of cultivating those things which support the heart and the mind. And so we have this very, very unique time in a way. It is like we're all on in a kind of very kind of, sometimes retreats can be very intense. It's kind of like we're on a kind of a retreat. And so tonight, what I wanted to, one of the qualities that we can really pay attention to in this time is this quality of care, this simple capacity for care. And really rest into cultivating this as a way of being, fueled by the conditions of the time, fueled by the sense of our kind of human condition of being in this uncertain time, and also by the renunciation, which helps us to focus on these qualities of the heart. We don't have as much going on, as much stimulation. And so it's a very unique time. And Sylvia Boorstein says this about this capacity for care. She says, restoring caring connection when it is disrupted and maintaining it when it is present is happiness. Mindfulness of the presence of caring connection or the absence of caring connection and the intention to restore it is, for me, the key element of practice. And I love this because whatever our situation, we can cultivate this capacity for care. And the reason, or two of the reasons that this care is a key element of practice, is that it can directly support freedom in the heart and the mind. What we mean by liberation of freedom in the heart and the mind is a mind that is a little bit looser or a little bit freed from the constriction of aversion to what's here or grasping for something else. And it's a very easy to get caught in both of those things in this time. And so caring, because it's a giving practice, what it does is cultivates the capacity that we have. It counteracts the grasping capacity. And by grasping, we mean grasping for something else to be happening. So it's this simple capacity for care is a giving practice. And so it counteracts the grasping tendency in the heart, not cognitively, but it counteracts it, and it cultivates the capacity to rest more into a tendency or a pattern of generosity. And as we settle into generosity, we're cultivating practice of contentment. We're content with what we've got, what's here. There's a practice of contentment that begins to be cultivated. And so in this simple act of caring, when we bring our attention to it, it can cultivate this practice of contentment. And then the second reason that it's a liberation practice is that it directly erodes as well the ill will that, or the aversion that can be in the mind, the aversion to what's here. Ajahn Brahm has talked about aversion or fear as ill will towards uncertainty. And of course we would have, it's natural, we won't want uncertainty to go away, but having ill will towards it adds fuel to the fire. And so fear of uncertainty it helps me to know that it's an ill will towards it, because then I can understand that as I cultivate caring, that ill will can just be eroded. And over time, I can be a little bit more calm, a little bit more able to be with uncertainty, to be with what's here. And this caring practice was given directly by the Buddha as an antidote for fear. The monks had gone into the forest to practice, and they became very frightened there. And they came back to the Buddha and they said, "Can you send us to a different forest?" And the Buddha said, "Well, that's a good forest. That's a good place to be. Let's send you back with this practice of caring." And in a way, we're in the forest now. We can kind of be in this forest that we're in right now can be a little scary. We might go to the Buddha and say, "Can you put us in a different place, in a different time?" And the Buddha, we can imagine the Buddha supporting us to be here with this practice of caring. And the monks went back to the forest, they practiced this practice of caring. And through the transformation of their own hearts, transformation of their surroundings around them, they became less frightened. And I'm feeling an imperative about practicing now because I hope that my own heart can rest into this capacity of care. In this time and in the times of uncertainty and in all times, resting in this capacity of care. So this care is a practice that runs through all of our heart practices. There are 4 heart practices, and we know the Buddha identified as as capacities of our own heart. These 4 heart practices are known as the divine abodes, places where we can rest in our home, abode, our home, our true home, or kind of our divine nature, our true nature, or the nature that kind of is larger than our little self, the nature that we can rest into, the nature of the mind. And so the 4 qualities are friendliness, compassion in times of suffering, joy in times of happiness, either other people's or our own, and then equanimity. And I would like to just touch on each of these tonight, and and touch on the thread of care that runs through all of them, and just let our hearts rest into this and just cultivate it and let ourselves seep in it a little bit. Just let it sink into the bones. That's one of the wonderful things about this time of renunciation. In a way, we can be a bit more focused, but in a gentle way, on letting these capacities nurture the heart. And so this first one of friendliness and care, one of the things that's really been seeping into my bones is nature and the appreciation of nature. And today I was just sitting by a plant and I just saw the beauty of this plant, and it just filled my heart with this sense of connection, which is another way of understanding friendliness. And so I wanted to just give a prayer of thanksgiving, really, to plants and the earth. And we had Earth Day last week, but we can always be grateful and thankful and connected to the earth. And I've been wanting to read this prayer, this Thanksgiving prayer from the Haudenosaunee folks, the Indigenous folks in Eastern Canada and Eastern United States. And I have it, you can see it here. I've got it's written on this card, and I'm going to read it to us. And as I do, just let yourself rest in your own prayer of thanksgiving for the earth and the sense of connection you have for the earth and love that you have for nature. Let it nurture you, let it nourish you. One thing about this prayer is that it speaks to nature and about nature as if nature were a being. Often in our language, in our English language, we speak about nature as an object. Like I often say, what kind of tree is that? But really, Indigenous languages speak about nature in a different way. They'll say, who is that? So we could shift that language in our mind as well. And immediately there can be a sense of more connection with our beautiful friend and teacher, nature, this being. Then the Buddha related to nature this way as well. The Buddha would touch nature as if nature were a part of the Sangha, as if he were a part of the Sangha with nature, the community with nature. So this is prayer of thanksgiving to the earth and to other beings. So to the earth, mother of all, greetings and thanks. To all the waters, waterfalls and rain, rivers and oceans, greetings and thanks. They're just deepening into caring connection, as Sylvia Boorstein is saying. To all the fish life, greetings and thanks. The grains and greens, beans and berries, as one we send thanks to food plants. Medicine herbs of the world and their keepers, greetings and thanks. To all animals and their teachings, greetings and thanks. The trees for shelter and shade, fruit and beauty, greetings and thanks. To all birds, large and small, joyful greetings and thanks. And from the four directions, the four winds, thank you for purifying the air we breathe and giving us strength. Greetings. The thunderers, our grandfathers in the sky, we hear your voices. Greetings and thanks. And now the sun for the light of a new day and all the fires of life. Greetings and thanks. To our oldest grandmother, the moon, leader of women all over the world, and the stars for their mystery, beauty, and guidance, greetings and thanks. To our teachers from all times, reminding us of how to live in harmony, greetings and thanks. And for all the gifts of creation, for all the love around us, greetings and thanks. And for that which we have forgotten, we remember in our hearts. All those we may have not mentioned. And now we end our words, our prayer, and now our minds are one in greetings and thanks. Just connecting, just establishing and deepening our caring connection. And so the second heart practice is compassion. And this is connecting with care in the midst of difficulty. We're all being invited, of course, to do that right now. And it's they're in the midst of everything now. There are, of course, challenges and difficulties and griefs. And these can invite us to close the heart, to withdraw. And what I want to say is that if this is happening in any way, that this is deep wisdom. There are times when we need to come close or come in or protect our minds and hearts from difficulties and challenges as best we can. Come close to our bodies. Like we can do this in a number of ways. But what I want to say is that in the midst of this, if we do find ourselves closing the heart, we can still find caring connection right there in the midst of that. What we can say is, oh, this is a lot right now. oh, this is tough right now. Oh, there's some fear right now. Oh, there's some part of me that's wanting just to be quiet right now. So we can recognize right in the midst of that, if we're turning away, if we're pulling away, we can connect with ourselves in that state just as we are. And then right there in the middle, we can establish caring connection. So there's no state untouchable by caring connection. We might feel a loss of purpose in life, a loss of meaning in life, a sense of what's the purpose here. Right in there, we can connect with ourselves. Oh, this is how it is right now. And we can connect right there. We can bring our practices of caring connection by settling into the body with care, settling into softness and ease with care, bringing our heart cultivation practices to help us stand beside and be with whatever's here. Sometimes what we need in there is the third heart quality, which is joy or gladness. Sometimes we can turn directly to joy or gladness as a way of nourishing the heart in whatever way you find joy and gladness, in whatever way you find it here. Every person here would have a different way of finding a little bit. We can practice just right now. We've done this before here together, but just right now you could look around and just let your eyes rest somewhere where they want to rest. And see that color over there, that shape over there, that plant over there. Noticing what happens in the body when you just let your gaze rest somewhere where your eyes want to go. It can be a little bit of connecting there. A little bit of connection with a little bit of ease, a little bit of settledness in the body and the mind. So joy or this gladness doesn't have to be a big thing, it can be a very ordinary thing in this ordinary day. And then the fourth quality of equanimity. The care in equanimity is that we care that each of us are balanced. We care that we have steadiness, care for our own steadiness and our own balance, and the steadiness and balance of others. And one of the equanimity practices I saw this last week was the Stronger Together concert. Did anybody tune into that Stronger Together benefit concert for the food bank? There's some hands. If you didn't, at some time you might want to check it out, because that was for me a sense of the whole collective supporting each other to be steady in the midst of things. It was a fundraiser for the food bank and also a tribute to all the healthcare workers who we want to hold in our great care. And so that benefit was just a kind of a collective, kind of affirming this collective call to care. And affirming how that care, when we recognize it together, can be a way of steadying and balancing. So just letting ourselves rest into that can steady the heart. I just want to close with a poem that speaks to me about all of these qualities together. All the qualities of care and how they can be really a way of being right here in the midst of things. This is a poem by Rosemerry Wahtola Trommer, and it's called Following the Queen's Lead. And this is a bit of a reference to Alice in Wonderland. She has a quote underneath the title. It says, "Why, sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." And so here's the poem. I put off breakfast for hours, hoping it will allow more time for impossible thoughts to come. They trickle in: world peace, inner peace, healing, pure love, an abundance of unrestricted hours. Then, stymied, I put off lunch, then put off snack. Just before dinner, I meet a 6th impossible thought. Accepting the world the way it is, falling in love anyway. Who wants to believe in that? But acceptance shines through the window like a full moon, as if it's the only thing that makes sense. Eventually, the night is so bright, anything seems possible. This sense of care. I meet a 6th impossible thought, accepting the world the way it is, falling in love anyway. Who wants to believe in that? But acceptance shines through the window like a full moon, as if it's the only thing that makes sense. Eventually, the night is so bright, anything seems possible. So we have some time to just rest in care together. You may have some experiences of care that have sustained you that you'd like to share. Experiences of care, of friendliness, of care in the midst of difficulty, of compassion, of joy or the gladdening of the heart, of someone else's joy or your own gratitude, or a time of equanimity where you felt a steadiness and how that nourished you. Or you may have a challenge right now, a challenge with connecting with this caring connection. And maybe I'll read Sylvia Boorstein one more time just to close. It says, restoring caring connection when it is disrupted and maintaining it when it is present is happiness. Mindfulness of the presence of caring connection or the absence of caring connection and the intention to restore it is for me the key element of practice. And I want to add, for me, this is a key element in living, in life practice. And often when I lose my way or have lost my way and wondered really what is the purpose of life? I've asked Tanisaro Bhikkhu this, and my teacher Kamala Masters asked her teacher Munindraji this: what's my purpose in life? And both of those teachers said to us, your purpose in life is to cultivate compassion, is to cultivate kindness and friendliness. And Tanisaro said to me, these are the qualities you can take with you wherever you go, even into the next life when this one transitions. And so you may have an experience of these that you wish to share, or a challenge. And we can share that challenge, and in that way we can establish a caring connection with that challenge. And so all is welcome here. Yes, Andrea is reminding me that you can type in a question or a comment, or you can raise your hand, or you can unmute and just start talking. And we may also simply rest in the sweetness of being connected together here. Thank you, everybody. I think we have a couple of announcements.
Sure, I can start. Sunday, May 3rd, that's this Sunday, would be our usual Sangha walk. Given that we're still trying to observe physical distancing, we're going to make it a virtual Sangha walk. So what we're doing is we're going to invite people to go for a walk in their neighborhood or a local park or something, and just really take it in and enjoy it. Jeanne is going to provide us a little short, like 5-minute guided meditation to listen to ahead of time. And then we can, just listen to that, head out on our own. And then we're inviting people to, either send an email to our contact email address or post to the Facebook event for this, just to let us know what it was that resonated with you on that walk. Maybe it's just a word or a poem or a picture or sketch or whatever it is. And so we just figured it's a way that we can still be participating in this walk in nature, in community, on our own. So I hope that you'll join us.
And next Wednesday, actually, which is May 6th already, I can't believe it, Jeanne is going to be offering an extended practice talk. So that will be after our regular Wednesday night sit. What will happen will be the Facebook Live feed will be turned off, but Jeanne will stay online on the Zoom. And it's a chance for everybody to ask questions around their practice. And it's a great opportunity for any folks who are newer to the practice, but also really anybody who has questions in their practice at all. So it's a great opportunity to connect with Jeanne, and that extended practice talk will be offered on a Dana basis.
And I forgot to unmute. And I would just like to say a couple of words about our Care and Connection Circle, since this is a meta night, and this is Jeanne gave our beautiful talk on care and connection, so it's appropriate for me to just say a little bit about that. We have a small group of people who will offer meta phrases like the ones that, like in the way that we did tonight, for you or a loved one. Should you need some special care or, some in difficult times. And of course, this is a difficult time. And I'm thinking our little group could be saying metta for the whole Sangha, really, for the whole world, really. But anyway, this is, so if you need this support, you can contact us on the website. It's under About on the website. And then the link is meta@saskatooninsight.com.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.